All right, this is Boxing with the Truth, and I am the Truth. It's April 4th, 2015, and today we have Caleb Golden Truax. How you doing, Caleb?
I'm good. Just sitting down and watching the fights and grabbing a bite to eat and enjoy some boxing.
All right, so you are age 31 now, right?
Correct.
And you're fighting at middleweight.
Yep.
And your pro record is actually 25 wins with 15 knockouts, 1 loss, and 2 draws.
Correct.
All right. And the reason we're doing this interview today is some of the fight fans might not know, but Caleb has a world title shot coming up. And a lot of Minnesota fighters, unfortunately, don't get a lot of. We don't get a lot of press about that. We don't get a lot of world title holders or guys getting a lot of title shots out of Minnesota. So he's actually going to be fighting Daniel Jacobs, who is 28 wins, 25 knockouts with 1 loss, coming out of New York. And you guys are fighting at the UIC Pavilion in Chicago, Illinois. And it's actually going to be televised on TV, so all the Minnesota fans, all the national fans can actually watch Caleb hopefully win this world title. It's going to be on Spike TV, 8 p.m. Central, on the Premier Boxing Champions. And it will be on April 24th, correct?
Yep, correct.
So now, do you consider this your biggest fight since Jermaine Taylor?
Oh, absolutely, man. It's even a bigger fight than the Jermaine Taylor fight just because it's for a world title. And now I'm more seasoned, more of a veteran, and I know more than I did going into the fight with Taylor. So I feel like I'm primed and ready to pull off what would be an upset because he's the favorite. And yeah, I'm just ready to roll.
All right, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Your last 8 fights, you're 7 wins and 1 draw. His last 8 fights, he's got all 8 wins. So, I mean, as far as the competition of the last 8 fights, it's pretty similar. You guys are both on a nice win streak going. And a lot of people know that you have power, but Danny Jacobs also has power. So, it's going to be 2 guys going in there with a lot of power. But the funny thing is I'm not hearing about a possible knockout on either side. I'm hearing about a decision. Why do you think that is?
Well, I'm just prepared to go 12 rounds. You know, it's tough to knock out top level guys, and Jacobs is probably the best, if not one of the best fighters I've ever fought, and vice versa. I think I'm one of the either the best or one of the 2 best fighters he's fought. So. Yeah, you can't expect a knockout against top level competition. You just got, if it comes, it comes. But you prepare for 12 hard rounds, and hopefully I'll knock them out early and get out of there before I get any dings on my face or anything like that.
So do you consider Danny Jacobs probably a guy with more power than you've ever faced before?
I don't know. I fought Bill Williams, and Bill Williams is a bigger fighter. You know, he's normally 175 or something like that, and he had a lot of power. Obviously, Danny Jacobs is a better fighter than Phil and can deliver the power better. Also, Donovan George was a pretty big puncher, so I fought some big fighters, so it's nothing I haven't seen before.
And let's talk about the way you fight, because some people might not have seen you fight. Fortunately, I've actually been at the side of the ring, and I've shot one of your fights, so I've kind of watched you up close. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be a thinker in there. A lot of guys are just punchers. They go in there and they throw different punches and they fight. You seem to be a very patient fighter. You think about what your next move is going to be. You kind of look for the mistakes, and you kind of wait for your opponent to make the mistake, and then you capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good assessment, man. I would consider myself a counter puncher. I've got a little bit more aggressive over the past 5 or 6 fights. Just to try to pick up my offensive numbers, but no, I like to shake. I like to figure the guy out and kind of break him down, and like you said, wait for him to make mistakes and take advantage of him.
Okay, now, do you actually, just so the fans are aware, you actually right now are the Minnesota middleweight champion, and you are the USBA middleweight champion, right?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know if you're aware of this fact. I just want to let the fans be aware of this fact. No boxer in Minnesota in the middleweight division has won a world title since Mike Dowd from St. Paul, and he fought back in 1913 until 1923. Did you know that?
No, I'm familiar with Michael Dowd, just from the sort of boxing Hall of Fame dinners and stuff like that. Jake Wagner used to host, but I didn't know that would be the first time a middleweight has won the title from Minnesota, which is cool. You know, obviously I want to add to that legacy and continue on winning.
Yeah, so if you win it, you will be the second middleweight in the history of Minnesota to win a world title in that division.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, I mean, do you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to win this, or are you just going into it with your mindset like you do every other fight? Because I know this is bigger than any fight you've ever been in. You got the Minnesota fans behind you. You're going to be on national TV. You know, you're going to be making bigger fans national wide. I mean, do you feel the pressure or no?
I mean, there's a little bit more pressure just because it's a bigger fight, you know. Along with a bigger fight comes a little bit more pressure, but it's not anything I can't handle. You know, I'm looking at it as just another fight, and I'm training a little bit harder because it's a 12-round championship fight. But it is what it is, man. I've had 28 fights or 29 fights, so I'm used to fighting in front of a lot of fans. I've fought on TV before, so it's nothing too different.
Okay, speaking of training, have you done anything different in this training camp than you would normally do because it's for a world title?
You know, just everything intensifies a little bit. We brought in some sparring partners, Dr. Smith from Philadelphia and Carson Jones from Oklahoma. So I've been working with them for the last few weeks. Still got like 1 or 2 weeks to go with them, and I've been sparring with Robert Brandt locally, and Ishmael Wendo and Jamal James, and a guy named Nate Richardson from my gym locally. So I've been getting a lot of work from different styles of guys, different type of guys, and I think I'll be ready.
Okay, now I know you don't want to give away like your game plan or anything like that, but do you consider yourself a student of the game? Do you study tape? Do you break down guys in their fights? And have you seen anything in Jacob's fights that you think you can expose?
Yeah, absolutely. I always get together with my coach Tom Halstead and watch film. Usually every Sunday throughout the camp, and Tom's always watching. My manager Ron Like and my promoter Tony Gargelko are always watching just to try to see what they can pick up and what they can pass on to me that will work good against my opponents. And obviously, every guy has things that you can take advantage of, and it's just my job to do that on April 24th.
Okay. Now I've seen some interviews with Jacobs, and he's being pretty respectful of you as an opponent, and he's not trash talking or anything like that. And I know you're not a trash talker either, Caleb. And and he said that he thinks that you have the more experience as far as the pro rounds, and obviously we know that you haven't had a long amateur career, and he's had quite a bit of an amateur career. But I'm hearing a lot, and just give me your opinion on this. Like I said, I'm not getting a knockout victory from anybody that I've talked to, which is kind of funny because both of you guys actually have power. What do you think about? A lot of people are saying that it's going to be a war until the later rounds, and because of his pedigree experience, he's going to squeak out a decision with his boxing experience in the last couple rounds.
Well, I hope it is a war until later rounds because I have more experience in the later rounds. He's only been in 10 rounds one time, and he has a lot of his knockouts in the first round. So that's where I think I'll shine when I get to the later rounds and use my experience of beating 10 rounds multiple times. So I'm hoping that's how the fight goes.
So actually, you do think that if you make it to the later rounds, that actually benefits you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about the fight a little bit for the fans. What do you think that you are going to have to do convincingly to win this fight?
One more time, sorry.
What do you think you're going to have to do convincingly to win this fight? I mean, obviously besides a knockout.
I think I just have to outwork him and just outpunch him and put pressure on him and just make him uncomfortable. I think that's usually the key to my success, and especially against a guy that's athletic like Jacobs. I have to make him uncomfortable.
Okay, now your last 3 fights, including this one, you've actually fought at the UIC Pavilion in Chicago, Illinois. So are you considering this like a second home now? Are you building up a pretty big fan base down there in Chicago?
Yeah, I got a good following there. I got a lot of people that I know in Chicago that will come up to the fight, and it's a short drive and short flight from Minneapolis, so I have a bunch of people there. And like you said, my last 2 fights have been at the exact same arena, so I think they took liking to me last time, and they'll probably come back out and support me again.
Is there any word on when we'll see you fighting in Minnesota again, or is that probably not going to happen for a while?
Hopefully I'll win this belt and get a title defense here after. But I'm not worried about anything but this fight, so we'll see what's next after this fight.
Okay, speaking about after this fight, and like you said, I know you're concentrated on this fight, but you winning this belt is going to open up tons of doors and different avenues for you. And I know you made a statement in a different interview, something about because of what you're going to earn in this fight, you could do a lot with the money and things like that. But this could, have you thought of any names past this fight that you would really want to get in the ring with if you win this belt?
Well, obviously every middleweight that fights, I'm trying to get on fall time and see how I would do against them. But like I said, I'm just focused on this one, so I'm not thinking past Jacobs. I got a tall enough task at hand, so I'd be foolish to look past him.
Okay, well, I just want to throw out 2 names to you that I would personally like to see you in the ring with. One, obviously, everybody's aware of. He's got a fight, actually, I believe, about a week before yours, I think. Peter Quinlan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, what do you...
Yeah, I'd love to fight him, sure.
So, I mean, I would love to see you in the ring with him. And actually, a guy that's rated a little lower than you right now, but he is an undefeated fighter, and he's coming up pretty fast. And I would definitely like to see you in the ring with Tony Harrison.
Yeah, I'm not too... I think I watched him on Friday Night Fights the other day, but I'm not too familiar with him. He's from Detroit.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks like a pretty good fighter, and we'll see. Obviously he's on the way up, so we'll see what happens. But like I said, I'm not looking past with Jacobs. That's all I'm concentrated on.
Okay, well, I mean, is there anything that you want to say to Jacobs? Do you have a message to Jacobs before this fight?
No, I don't. Like you said, I don't do any trash talking. So we'll just the best man will win, and we'll put on a show for the crowd. That's about it, man.
All right, and to your fans and your supporters out there that are going to be watching either Spike TV on April 24th or making the drive to Chicago to watch you fight for a world title, do you have anything to say to them?
Yeah, like always, thank you for all the support, and you guys are the best. Team Truax is the best team in boxing. The fans are awesome all the time to me. Show me so much love, especially here in Minnesota. So I appreciate all that, and I guess follow me on Twitter at GoldenCalebT.
All right, I just want everybody to know, I know you can't see it, but I am a Caleb Truax fan, and I am actually wearing my Caleb Truax t-shirt right now during this interview.
My man.
All right, anything else to say, Caleb, before we end the interview?
Thanks for the time watching with the truth. That's about it, man.
You know what? Good luck April 24th. I'm going to be having some people over at my house. I will have the fight on TV, and the Minnesota fans will be cheering you on to bring the world title home to Minnesota.
Sounds good, my man.
All right, and the truth has spoken.